Okay, so I grew up on a farm, 1,700 hectares in the middle of nowhere, just south of Millicent in South Australia. So when most kids were learning how to cross the street, I was already sitting on Dad's lap driving the ute across the paddock. And when most kids were playing their video games, I was working as a roustabout in the shearing shed. So it was my job to clean up after the shearers, to collect the wool, to sort through it, and put it into the press so it's made into wool bales. That was my job. I was 10. I loved it. Right. Alright, so I already knew how to drench the lambs and dock their tails. And I knew that when Dad said he was going out to get dinner, he meant he was going out into the paddock to find a sheep for dinner. So obviously things are a little different now. I'm in the city. I'm in Melbourne. It's great. I love it. It was a huge culture shock when I got here. I'm used to rolling paddocks as far as the eye can see. Now, I'm living in a shoebox. I think that's the right term for it. I'm living in an apartment, never had before, and it feels a bit strange living up here on the 7th floor. In the city where I come from, we always lived in a house, and now I got people over me. I was just starting to get used to it, and then I moved here to Melbourne. I realised Adelaide really isn't the big city. Compared to Melbourne, it's more like a glorified country town. Now I got people over me. meet your parents. Nothing would make me happier than to spend Christmas with your family. Or something like that. Anyway, Dad said, right, well, he's going to be cooking up his specialty, you see. So he's going to be cooking up his barbecue extravaganza. I said, look, you're going to be getting roast chook, roast pork with crackling, roast turkey, all the trimmings. You're going to love it. Then, the bombshell. Yes. The deal breaker. I'm a vegetarian, he said. Oh my God, what have I done? Not only have I destroyed my dad's dreams by not being the son he wanted to take over the farm, now I've chosen a partner who doesn't eat meat. Oh my God! And the fact that he's a vegetarian now means that I'm an honorary vegetarian. So that means that when we order a pizza, it has to be a vegorama. When we go to dinner once a week, we have to go somewhere that has a decent vegetarian menu. That means no pub meals, no schnitzel nights, no stone grills, no steakhouses. Oh my God, what have I done? I grew up on a farm. I eat meat. I love meat. I've become a closet meat eater. Sneaking steak sandwiches whenever I possibly can. I still have cravings. Bacon. I remember bacon. Got my body aching for meat lovers supreme. Meatballs. I remember meatballs. Sweet and juicy mouthfuls. Oh, but what a dream. I remember steak drizzled with mushroom sauce. Oozing down my plate. Now it's just a memory. Was it something I ate? Tomatoes, peas and avocado. It's really no problemo, but I still have a need. Oh, give me steak topped with meatballs wrapped in bacon, please. Cut the fish, I need some I wish I could say I grew up listening to Barbara Streisand and Liza Minnelli. It's just not true. I grew up listening to what my parents listened to. So that was Slim Dusty, Lee Kernaghan, John Denver, and John Williamson. That's right, I grew up listening to country music and I don't totally dislike it. My dad was always full of suggestions of songs I should sing. You should sing a Slim Dusty song, he'd say. I go, nod and smile and quietly ignore him. I didn't really think that country music would go down so well at a posh private girls' school in the city. Now, even when I went on to my classical studies, I said, oh, you should sing a John Denver song. Yeah, very funny, Dad, great. Yeah, thanks. So, last month, I went home for my dad's 60th birthday. And when I told him I was running a cabaret, he said, oh, you should sing a John Williamson song. And I laughed at him again. And I thought, well, why not? He's been trying to get me to sing country music right from the very beginning. This is my dad. The least I could do is sing him a song. Galleries of piccolos, crystal nights with diamond stars, apricots preserved in jars. That's my home. And of oceans in the sun, purple hazes, river gum. Breaks your heart when rain won't come. It breaks your heart. tasks that Mother Nature has thrown at him to support his family through rough times. My dad fought the Ash Wednesday bushfires. My dad taught me things you can't understand. My dad shared his love for wide open spaces and fresh air. My dad made me the person I am today. South wind through veranda goes, winds and bangs the homestead doors. Mother curses dusty floors and feels alone. Trucks and bulk bins filled with rust. Boy leaves home to make the crust. Father's dreams reduced to dust, but he must go on. Tortured ray guns unashamed, sunburned country wisely named, chisel plow and wire planed, but never, never, never tamed. So I was always a little girl with a big voice. My sister didn't really appreciate me singing at the top of my voice all the time. I got told to shut up quite a bit. Didn't worry me too much. One thing I had plenty of was space. So I used to do my singing out the paddocks. I found that sheep were far more appreciative of my talents. A lot of folks had told me I was bull for I was right. I was ripe and picked off in the fall. But even as a youngin', I was not the bashful type, 'cause I could yell the loudest of them all. I'm little, but I'm glad. I'm poor, but I'm proud. I'm country by night, I don't care who knows it. I'm like a Betty Brewster in a big red rooster crowd. I'm puny, short and little, but I'm loud. I learned to do my singing walking along behind a plow. The singing teachers always pass me by. So now I have to sing the only way that I know how. Just spread back, open up and let her fly. I'm little, but I'm glad. I'm poor, but I'm proud. I'm country by night, I don't care who knows it. I'm like a Betty Brewster in a big red rooster crowd. I'm puny, short and little, but I'm loud. From country to the city, I'm here to make my mark. I'm always known to shine upon the stage. Strides into some dusty singers standing in the dark, so like spotlight.